The film starts with a fight between brothers, Rafal and Rian. Rafal represents evil, while Ryan represents good. Years, the two brothers have shared power peacefully and maintained the balance between the both schools. In fact, they built a school, the School for Good and Evil, to keep that balance going. But Rafal is tired of the fact that good always wins, and so uses the forbidden blood magic to attack his brother. Luckily, Ryan comes out as the victor in the fight, or so we think. Next, the movie takes us to the village of Gavaldon, showing us two best friends, Sophie and Agatha, who couldn't be more different. Beautiful Sophie dreams of being a princess, while rough around the edges Agatha is bullied, harassed, and accused of witchcraft because she lives just beside the graveyard with her old mother. But despite their differences, the girls have each other's backs. In a bookstore, Sophie and Agatha learn about a mythical school for good and evil. Sophie thinks this is her chance to become the fairy tale princess she is destined to be, so she secretly writes a note begging for entry and places it in the wishing tree. When Agatha tries to stop Sophie, both girls are kidnapped and are transported there. But then, Sophie gets dropped into the school for evil, while Agatha wakes up at the school for good. Both girls insist there has been a mistake. Sophie believes she belongs in the school for good, while Agatha only wishes to go back home with her friend Sophie, but they are told that a mistake is not possible. From the moment Agatha arrives at the good school, it's clear that things are not what they seem. She encounters angelic fairies with sharp teeth and hostile mood, a beauty class that fails students for not smiling prettily, and mean princesses who would put anyone to shame. It quickly becomes apparent that the School of Good is not so much concerned in being good, but in appearing good. But then Agatha overhears the heads of the two schools, Lady Lesso and Professor Dovey, worrying that perhaps there has been a mistake. Though it's stated that the schoolmaster doesn't make mistakes, it's also inferred that questioning him can lead to terrible consequences. Agatha isn't afraid to fight against the injustices she witnesses within the school. Worse, Agatha is visited by Rafal, the evil brother, in an evil vision, warning her to stay away from Sophie because she has an evil destiny to fulfill. Sophie and Agatha go to the schoolmaster and tell him about the mistake which have been made and also the evil vision she saw of Rafal. The schoolmaster says he'll only believe Sophie is truly good if she shares a kiss with her true love. If she does that, then she can attend the school for good. Sophie believes this to be an easy task, as she already has her eye on the handsome Prince Tedros. Of course, things are a bit more complicated than that. Besides the fact that Tedros is already dating Beatrix from the good side, it turns out that the attraction between Sophie and Tedros is just superficial. Sophie tells them that her love is the handsome and popular boy in school of good known as Tedros, who also happens to be son of King Arthur. Okay, before I continue, hope you're enjoying the story. If you are, and you haven't subscribed to this channel, please kindly click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you can get notified when we post a new video. Thanks for doing that. Now let's continue with our interesting story. Meanwhile, Sophie and Agatha continue their lessons. Sophie discovers that she has the ability to make a swarm of bees manifest to attack her enemies. During some sort of lesson where the students of the School of Good are asked to make a wish close to a wish fish pond. When it was finally Agatha's turn to make a wish, she confronts the wish fish pond, then wishes for a home for all of us. As a result, frees the former student who was trapped in the pond and is used as a wish fish. Professor Dovey tells Agatha that she is the first real princess she's seen in a long time, and her power will come from the best good emotion, empathy. Rafal starts visiting Sophie in visions, trying to make her more evil by turning her against her friend Agatha. Everyone at school gets a puncture on their finger that gives them the power to cast a spell, provided they are able to tap into a strong emotion. Sophie gets an evil makeover and jams out to Billie Eilish. She becomes the queen bee of the evil school. Trading her long locks and love for beautiful gowns for a stylish bob and gorgeous black attire, Sophie appears to be in her element. Even Tedros, the handsome and popular prince from the School of Good, can't seem to resist her charms. Agatha secretly uses her power to help Sophie impress Tedros during archery. This makes Tedros agree to take Sophie to the upcoming ball. Though it's against the rules for Evers to date Nevers, the schoolmaster decides to allow it if the two of them complete a trial by tale. Both of them have to go into the forest and overcome every evil they come across, without help. In the forest, Sophie encountered an evil creature which comes to attack her. Luckily for her, she was saved by Agatha, who appeared in the form of a bird. Sophie and Tedros meet, but they again encountered the evil creature which attacks Tedros fiercely. In the process, Tedros's sword fell off, so he asked Sophie to hand the sword over to him, but Sophie kept on hesitating. Due to Tedros's life being in great danger, Agatha immediately came out from her hiding spot, picked up Tedros's shield and sword, and handed it over to him. Tedros uses the sword to destroy the evil creature. But then Tedros accuses Sophie of cheating by bringing Agatha. Sophie in turn gets mad at Agatha for interfering and accuses her of trying to steal Tedros. Sophie disappears. At the ball, Tedros confesses his love to Agatha. Rafal visits Sophie, shows her the confession of Tedros to Agatha, and convinces her to become fully evil. Even with her rise in social status and newfound confidence, Sophie hasn't yet given up on proving that she is good. Yet as Rafal's influence keeps its hold on her, she finally gives in to Rafal's request, and he gifts Sophie with the power of forbidden blood magic. That's when Sophie's transformation from light to dark begins to show physically, and in a terrifying way. The professors realize Rafal plans to use Sophie to destroy the school and vow to stop her. Sophie, now an evil hag, shows up to the ball and turns all of the professors into dolls. She takes over the School of Evil. The students from the School of Good attack the School of Evil and try to kill Sophie. Sophie points out that because evil attacks and good defends, one of the lessons the students had been taught, that means that evil is now good and vice versa, since they fell for Sophie's trick by attacking evil first. An epic battle ensues. Sophie tracks down the schoolmaster, intending to kill him, but it's revealed that Rafal, the evil brother, has been pretending to be the schoolmaster all along. Remember that battle between the brothers at the beginning of the fight? It turns out Rafal actually won that fight at last, not Ryan. Therefore, evil has been ruling the school for years and has secretly been swaying the balance in favor of evil. That's why those grim fairies are so dark and horrific. Rafal is the one who brought Sophie to the school because he believes she is his true love and she will help him rule the world. If they kiss, he says, they will open the gates to never after. But it turns out that they would have to kill everyone else in the school. They kiss, the school starts to crumble, and Sophie regrets her actions. But Agatha comes to Sophie's rescue once again. Rafal lines up a killing blow aimed at Agatha, but Sophie sacrifices herself to save Agatha by throwing her body in front of her. This selfless act of good reverses the Hellgate things, and the school is repaired. The last spell Sophie does with her finger is to help nudge Excalibur over to Agatha, who uses it to slay Rafal. And then, while Sophie is dying, Agatha kisses her. The kiss saves Sophie's life, proving that love of friendship is just as powerful as romantic love. What do you think? Post a comment. The school admits that no one is pure evil or pure good, and decides to live in unity and not division. Sophie and Agatha get ready to go back home. Sophie tells Agatha she would understand if she wanted to stay at the school with Tedros, but Agatha decides to go with her friend. The girls go home, reunite with their families, and are once again best friends, now with magic powers. Just as the girls are adjusting back into their old roles in Gavaldon, albeit with some magic to use on their shitty peers, Tedros's arrow flies through a vortex to strike the wishing tree. I need you, Agatha, his voice echoes, and then a blade with an animal-shaped hilt splits the arrow, implying that the danger is close behind. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please follow or subscribe, and don't forget to like, share, and comment. Your support means everything and helps me create more great content.